Hey Fresties, welcome back to another video. I got lipstick on my new sweater. Yay! Alright, sweater fiasco aside, especially since I don't think there's any proper way to hide it, we are going to be, I don't know why I said we, maybe you guys are doing it with me. Today, I'm gonna be doing the AuthorTube Newbie Tag. Now, I have had this channel for a while. I don't know why my voice did that. I have had this channel for a while, so I don't know how much of a newbie I am, but I haven't delved that much into the AuthorTube side of things. I've more been focusing on Wattpad up until now, so I figure I'm still qualified to do this. And if not, then I'm doing it anyway. What do you think of the earrings? Oh my gosh, where did that one go? It's freaking gone. Is it in my hair? It's probably in my hair. It's not in my hair. This is the issue of when you try to convert a normal earring into a clip-on earring, but you're too lazy to use proper methods, so you just put it on all willy-nilly. Also, this bow on this earring isn't glued or anything. It's literally just tied, and it came undone. And my bow tying skills are not exactly up to par, but I did it better than I expected to. Like, that's pretty good, right? I mean, come on, it's pretty good. All right, we're gonna put this back on and hopefully it doesn't come off. And now I can ask, what do you think of the Christmas earrings? Snowflake, a little mismatched action. I was like, I like them because they're not too chaotic, but they're a little chaotic because they're mismatched. All right, let's start the video, huh? This is just me having problems with my wardrobe. First I get lipstick on my sweater and then my earring falls off. It's fine. The first question is, how did you find out about AuthorTube? Now, I have actually been lurking on AuthorTube for many years, so I don't remember exactly how I found it. I want to say that the first channel that I came across was Kate Kavanaugh. I don't know for sure, but I'm fairly certain that hers was the first AuthorTube video that I watched. And then I didn't really explore that much into AuthorTube until later when I got more and more serious about writing and the potential of maybe publishing someday. That was a lot of clap. And I discovered Sarah Cannon's Heart Breathings channel, and she is just amazing, and her videos are sort of what made me want to really give YouTube a try. Like, I really appreciated her advice, and I was like, if she can help someone like me, an author, this much with this route of publishing and writing and all that good stuff, maybe I can use what I know about Wattpad to also be helpful to somebody out there for that type of avenue. So yeah. Question number 2 is, what genres do you write in? For many years, like 2017 to early 2021, my primary genre was young adult, contemporary young adult. Oliver Osman Lives Again was a new adult book, but I don't know, I think of young adult and new adult sort of congruently when the main character is like 18. Like, that's just right on the line between the two, you know? So it's kind of, I still consider it to be part of my young adult catalog. Now though, I have finally gotten up the courage to venture into the contemporary romance genre, so that is what I'm currently working on. But I will never leave the young adult genre. Definitely still gonna be writing in that. Just right now, I am very focused on the contemporary romance series that I am working on and in love with. Question 3 is, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? This is difficult. Let me just preface this by saying, as a reader, I really don't care. I will read any point of view in any tense. Like, it's all good with me. I'm someone who grew up reading reader inserts, okay? I will read second person. I don't care. I'm not picky. And I'm kind of the same way as a writer. The answer to the first two, the writing tense and point of view, varies depending on the third question, which is category of story, like age range. For young adult, I will say that I like present tense first person for writing. That's just, I think, what I have become comfortable with over the years. I think it's what allows me to really get as close to my main character as possible and really get inside their brain. But for my adult writing, when I am working on like my contemporary romance, I prefer third person past tense. Question number 4, are you a plotter, pantser, or planster? And if you've watched any of my videos before, I'm sure that you already know the answer to this. I am a plotter 110%. If I did not plot, I think I would go bonkers while I was writing. Like, I would lose my head. I would have to backtrack so much. I am the type of person who needs to plot. Question number 5 is, are you a self-published, published, or yet to be published author? I am a yet to be published author, unless you consider publishing online to be a form of publishing, which, I mean, I think it is in its own sense, but physically I have yet to be published. But someday in the future, self-publishing looks very promising for me. And like I mentioned earlier with Heart Breathings, I took her self-publishing course and it just made me so excited for that eventual journey in my life. I am very happy with where I am right now, but I'm also very much looking forward to eventually being able to hold one of my books in my hands and just have it, you know? Like, I think every author can relate to that feeling. Question number 6 is, what publishing company, literary agent, and or printing company are you represented by or use? If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? That was a long question. I mean, I think everybody who writes would say it would be a dream to be published under one of the big 5 publishing houses, but also as somebody who is a Wattpad fanatic and, you know, that platform is such a huge part of my life, being published under Wattpad books, like, I would just love for that to happen. That would be a dream come true. Question number 7 is, what AuthorTube related video— why did my voice do that? What AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? Well, obviously, Wattpad tips. If you are an author who is looking to post on Wattpad or already has posted on Wattpad, I'm trying my best to help you out and give you the best tips that I can that helped me get to the place where I am on Wattpad. You can expect to find writing videos like, well, the write with me videos like the one I posted a few weeks ago where I'm just sitting down doing some writing sprints and you can open up your documents and your work in progress and type with me. Oh, do not start mowing. Do not start blowing. Turn off the machine. I don't want to hear it. Exactly, that's what I thought. Other than that, also, you know, casual content like this where I'm just talking about me, my life as an author, as a writer, the way that I write, fun little AuthorTube tags and stuff like that. Any type of content that can relate to writing and being an author. Maybe someday in the future I would like to do vlogs. It's definitely something that I've pondered on and thought about because I love watching vlogs. I just, like, I don't know if I'm interesting enough for vlogs. It's something that I would really have to figure out. And it probably wouldn't be daily vlogs, it would probably be more like weekly vlogs so that there's actually enough content. But it's definitely something that I have thought about for the future of my channel. Who knows, maybe by the time that Camp Nano rolls around in 2022, this strand of hair keeps doing this and I'm like, stop, it's not funny, get out. Maybe by the time that Camp Nano rolls around in 2022, I will have the means and the confidence to put out some Camp Nano vlogs. Who knows? Question number 8 is, when did you start writing? The answer to this I kind of talked about a little bit in my video about my Wattpad journey. I started writing when I was 12. It was on a website called Quizazz, which later turned into Quote V, and it was just a bunch of poorly thought out stories, or really not thought out at all stories, that were very self-indulgent and were just fun for me and my friends to read and write. I worked together with some of my best friends at the time on like a few stories. It was just a lot of fun. Yeah, writing at 12 was a lot different than it is now. And honestly, sometimes I do miss the innocence of it. Like, it was just purely for myself and my friends. Whatever we wanted to put on the page, we put on the page, basically. And this sort of ties into question 9, which is, what was the first story you ever wrote? And oh boy, I don't even really want to talk about it. But the first story I ever wrote was a story, a self-insert story of me and my friends in middle school. And of course it was a romance and I was the main character, and I met Okay, I met a guy, his name was Kyle. Can you guess what Kyle is supposed to sound like? A certain member of a certain boy band? I won't go into it much further than that because honestly, there isn't much to it further than that. I don't even think I got to like where we became romantic. Like it was just like, oh, I was in middle school and then I met this guy and he sat next to me on the bus and we became friends, but I had a crush on him. And then I think there was like some other guy character who was like bullying me or something. I don't know. It was fun. Maybe, okay. It would be very funny. Oh my gosh, Naked Froggy's taking a nap.
I'm bored.
It would be very funny to go back and read it because I still have it. I still have access to it. I still have that account and all the information. I could read it because it is there. I would be more open to reading one of my other first stories where it was like a year or so into my writing journey. Well, maybe not even a year, but you know, at least a few months. So it would be a little less embarrassing, but you know, embarrassment is good content. So maybe someday it'll happen because it would be very amusing, I think. Question number 10 is, what authors have inspired your writing the most? Well, I'm gonna start off with the obvious here, Nora Roberts. She is my favorite author of all time and definitely my biggest inspiration, especially when it comes to the contemporary romance that I have started writing this past year. I know it's sort of a controversial answer because some people really admire him and other people like think that he's not a good writer at all. But in high school, I read a lot of Stephen King and his book on writing helped me a lot. So he definitely has inspired my writing and helped me grow as a writer. And frankly, I don't really care if people think that he is not good at writing because people also think that Nora Roberts isn't good at writing, and I have no respect for that opinion. Everybody likes what they like, and I'm sure there are many, many people out there who would think that I am not good at writing. But thankfully, I also have a lot of people who do think that I am. So it is what it is. As far as like specifically writing my YA content, I never had like a favorite young adult author that I can think of. It was more so just a variety of reading a bunch of different YA stuff. But I will say that in my middle school years, I think some of the books that really helped me, why did I just like wink a little bit? Some of the books that really helped me realize that I wanted to be a writer and that I really liked a good story. I think it was like elementary school and middle school. I read Candy Apple books. I don't know if any of you freshies out there experienced reading Candy Apple books, but they were like my faves. I actually reread one of my favorite series not that long ago just for nostalgic reasons, and I still enjoyed it. But yeah, those books definitely, I think, formed me into appreciating a story that was a little beefier than just like a children's story. Like they were more aimed at like tweens, and I think that those books sort of helped me really think about storytelling rather than just like, oh, I'm reading a book, if that makes sense. Question 11 is, do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I would say neither. Like, it's sort of in the middle. I like to sit down and write at the same time every day, but it's not always consistent. But I find that when I do that and when I do keep a schedule, it definitely keeps me consistent. Typically, I like to write in the late morning from like 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., that sort of time area, but every now and then I just write at random times, like 12 a.m. When the writing calls, it calls. Question 12 is, do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I type almost everything on my computer, in a Scrivener document, and on Google Docs. Nowadays, I keep a wiki for like all the information in my story, which I found to be like especially important at this part. Which I find especially important for this series because I know I'm going to be here for a long time with this series, and there are some things that, you know, I don't want to describe it a certain way in book 1 and then in book 4 it's described differently, which probably wouldn't happen because I'm still going to be picturing it the same up here, but just in case, I like to make sure that everything is written down and described, and that is probably something that I will go into in the upcoming series I have about how I plot my stories. Where I write in general is typically at my desk, which is behind the camera right now. in my room, but sometimes I will write downstairs in the living room if I need like a huge change of scenery. Does anybody else do that? Like they feel like their writing area has just gotten stale and they can't work there for a day? Like they just need to change where they write for a day? Is that just a me thing? I don't know. And then every now and then I will write on my bed, in bed, which I am on right now. But yeah, typically it is at my desk. And last but not least, question 13, what are you most looking forward to now that you're part of AuthorTube? This is the type of question where it's like, now I feel like I'm not a newbie enough to be answering this question, because a lot of the stuff that I was looking forward to has already happened. Like I have a community with you guys, the Fresties. I guess I would just say I am looking forward to still continuing to help people. I'm looking forward to continuing to pursue YouTube as a hobby, which I've mentioned before is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but I only recently in the past year worked up the courage to do. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here. So that is the last question in the AuthorTube Newbie Tag. I hope that you guys liked this video. I hope that you found it entertaining and that you got to know me a little better again. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any similar answers to me in this tag. Also, let me know if you, as a Frestie, have an AuthorTube channel, because I will definitely check it out. I will definitely subscribe. So yeah, that's everything. I hope that I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.